Yo, what's up? So Guilty Gear Strive is right around the corner, with early release being on the 8th for the deluxe and ultimate edition, and the standard edition coming out on the 11th. So super exciting. But Arc System Works decided to drop a bomb on us with the final developer's backyard right before the release of the game. Let's talk about it. Before we begin, I gotta do YouTube stuff. The goal is 250 subscribers by the end of the month. I know it's a crazy goal, but it's a goal I set for myself. So help your boy out, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you know the next video goes live. So it says Guilty Gear Strive Developer's Backyard. This is the 6th volume, as I stated. And it says, greetings to all readers of Developer's Backyard. This is Itano from the development team at Arc System Works. Thank you to everyone who took part in the Guilty Gear Strive open beta test held in May. We are especially grateful to everyone who took time to fill out the survey. I hope you filled out a survey. In this volume, we would like to address the feedback we received as the release date approaches. We have had two major events since the last Developer Backyard, the Open Beta 2 and the Red Bull Kumite. During the Red Bull Kumite, we revealed information about player match mode and mission mode. First, we would like to provide some additional information here. So they did talk about it a little bit. If you did miss that, you can go back and watch it. I believe it's on the Red Bull's YouTube page. But yeah, they did release some of these details, and we got the actual first official details there. These are the screens right here. You can see the rotation rules. This is the lobby system itself, just looking at the pictures. So same region, normal. You can see rotation rules, rematch, first to 3. There is a practice mode inside the lobby system, which was in Guilty Gear Xrd Sign, and then they took it out in Rev and Revelator for some reason. But they're putting it back in here, so praise be. I'm so glad that's coming back. And this is how the room's going to look right here. So to explain player match mode simply, it lets you create rooms to play matches where you can freely change the match regulations. You can play with your friends by setting an ID or use them for tournaments. Up to 9 players can enter each room. That's a very weird number. So you can have up to 8 players in a tournament join at one time with the organizer. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, we included a variety of features such as spectating and lining up for the next match. You can even wait the opponent while in training room, something not available in prior titles. It was in Xrd Sign. They didn't play their own game. There is an online training mode where you can practice with a friend without worrying about time limits. This opens up more options than standard online mode. That's very good. So online training mode has been a thing inside of many fighting games. I'm so glad it's going to make its return in this game as well, because there's certain situations that come up that are just hard to replicate inside of a standard training room, that this would just help you out with, especially if you want to test out things with your friends. You can learn things very quickly when you're testing things with a friend, stuff like that. Training room is very good with its counterattack settings, but there's certain specific neutral situations and nuances that are just hard to set up naturally without another person being there. And with the online being as good as it is with this game, I'm pretty sure this online training room is going to be one of the best that's out there for sure. So I'm super happy about that. The other thing, they're actually thinking about online tournaments is also pretty cool. The fact that they're actually taking the time to consider these online tournaments, I think that's really cool as well. So I'm very glad that they're actually, you know, thinking about the esports or thinking about the competitive side of things when they're actually doing these things. We may not like the lobbies for what they are, but at least they're considering the competitive aspects of the games when they're actually making these decisions. That is respected. I do respect that. It says, next we would like to discuss mission mode, where you can learn various techniques for Guilty Gear, Strive, and fighting games in general. We aim to show new players that it's possible to enjoy fighting games without knowing about the battle mechanics by opting not to include explanations of the mechanics in the tutorial mode, and by reworking the match system. So for some reason, Arc has got this weird thing that they're trying to do where they're talking about not including the mechanics of the fighting game within this tutorial. I don't agree with that. I think they should. But I guess if they want to do like the bare minimum, I think they should at least tell you what RC is a little bit. I don't know. But they wanted to keep everything inside mission mode and be like, okay, now that you did that, if you want to know more about the game, go to the mission mode. This will teach you everything you need to know about the game right here in this one area, you know. But if you just want to jump online, then by all means, you know, jump online with your character and stuff like that. It says, however, we would like to recommend players who want to improve and get stronger to play mission mode. There are over 120 missions total between explanations of mechanics, techniques, combos, and other strategies for individual characters. The missions are divided by difficulty level, so there's no need to try clearing all of them at once. This mode is great for when you feel you run into a wall during your match, or when you don't know what to practice next. So this mode is very good. They had it inside of Guilty Gear Xrd, and it literally teaches you option selects. It teaches you matchup knowledge techniques, and it makes it to where it's unique to the character that you pick for the mission mode. And like I said, they do have difficulties and stuff like that. So it do teach you a lot of things, like certain things where you probably don't even need to know for the character you're playing. Like I remember Exard was teaching you jump installs. Not every character needs to, like, you know, implement jump installs into their game plan when it comes to their combos and stuff like that, but they will teach you that type of stuff. It's very cool that they have so much stuff inside here, including like options select stuff. It's like they're very knowledgeable about their own game, and they want to teach you the maximum of what the game has to offer. They know what people struggle with, and they want to help you not struggle with those things anymore with what they teach you inside of these specific matchup things. So very, very good mission mode. I think for new players is definitely something, definitely a must. But like they said, take your time with it. Don't try to do it all at once. 120 missions, and there's difficulties with it. So make sure that you take your time and learn the things that you need to learn for certain matchups and stuff. Now, we do have some like comments and stuff here talking about the improvements to the online lobby. So Katano said, we changed the matching system for online matches to using dual stations and added a rematch feature. Yep, you sure did. This greatly improved the tempo of matchmaking for sure, but there were still issues such as connectivity for sure. We are making final fixes for the leading up to the final release. I hope they could fix those like weird connectivity kinks. That was the only weird thing that was happening, was like you just couldn't pair it with people, you know, as effectively as you wanted. But once you were paired up, you were good to go. Especially when you were inside the park, you just had like infinite rematches. You know, you could play so many matches so quickly with that rematch feature being inside the game for sure. So that was a 100% better. We are putting all the effort into providing the best possible online experience or environment by the release date, as major changes to the system could not be implemented in time. We are currently focusing on fixing bugs, improving to the features of other changes will be made at the release in the forms of free updates. Which fair. Adjustment to balance the battle balance. As jumping was extremely strong during the first open beta test, we mainly adjusted aerial options for the test. It was our first time attempting to implement such extreme balance changes, such as decreasing the movement of arcs, jumps, and adding landing recovery before release. We were able to get extremely useful data thanks to this paired with the first test. After considering a variety of factors such as the game concept, battle balance, and how fun it is to play an action game, we are finally making the final adjustments in the direction of increasing the movement arcs while retaining the landing recovery on aerial attacks and double jumps for the final game. So they're going to be increasing, like, I guess, how far people could jump, I'm guessing, like as far as like the way the momentum carries over for jumps and stuff. So like, you know, the certain characters got like different jump arcs and stuff inside. Like Guilty Gear, there's always been a thing like how fast people jump or how high they jump and stuff like that. There's always been a thing, so I think they're going to mess around with that a little bit more is what they're saying. We are also working on adjustments for the other game elements, such as tension gauge increase for different situations, increased numbers of plus frames on some counter hits, the cancel window for Gatling combos, that's good, and minor changes to the combo rules. I can definitely appreciate that. And visual balance changes for all characters. So they're going to be adjusting all the characters once again. I hope it's not too drastic, but we'll have to see when the game come out. I don't want to deal with a thing where we're learning completely new routes once again for all the characters. Maybe, like I said, maybe a few characters need to be touched, but besides that, I think the game was in a pretty decent spot. Just give people a little bit more, you know, sauce, as the kids say, sauce. Please look forward to the release to experience the finished game. And the final thing, future volumes of the developer's backyard. So that's all for the volume of the developer backyard. We are planning to continue this project after the game release. As a result of the busy schedules, we feel recent developer backyard volumes have been a little on the one-sided. We were able to share our development intent and our future plans. We were hoping to put more of the emphasis on creating a dialogue between us and the players moving forward. That is definitely respected. We would truly appreciate it if you continue to send your opinions and feedback after the game is released. And that's pretty much it. Also, once again, there is this right here. So there is this Guilty Gear Strive early access thing that's going to be happening. There's going to be a showcase, and I believe there's going to be an announcement there. It says, in addition to new footage, we'll also announce future update schedule. So it's like they're going to be releasing a roadmap sort of when this happens. So if you guys want to check out and see when the roadmap is, along with the early access of everything that's going to be shown here, make sure you tune into those dates right there. I'm definitely going to be checking it out and giving some opinions on that when this happens very soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this backyard. Like I said, I'm super happy that ArcSys is actually being involved with the community and trying to be as approachable as possible now, because before it felt like so distant and trying to get our voices out there was so hard back in the day. But now just having these developer backyards and just them communicating with us, talking about the development stuff, and them wanting our feedback, to even have a feedback section. Once again, as always, I will put the link down in the description below so you guys can check this out if you want to give feedback for the next developer backyard. Maybe one of your questions could be answered and stuff like that. So if you want to be part of that, I'll definitely put that there for you. But yeah, I'm just super glad that they're actually, you know, trying to communicate with us for sure. Because back in the day, it was very, very hard. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited for Guilty Gear Strive coming out soon? Or will you be getting the early release, or would you be getting the standard release? Also, how do you feel about the lobby system being the way it is, and like how they actually, you know, decided to put things in there for the competitive scene? They haven't forgot about us. And then also they have the online training. You guys decided to have like the online training feature in there. Also, let me know how you guys feel about them doing a final balance adjustment before the game comes out. Do you guys feel like the game needs it, or do you guys don't feel like it needed? Let me know down in the comments below. Definitely want to hear about that. Anyway, as always, if you got anything to say, drop me a like. I greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, follow my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you know the next video goes live. As always, my name is Backend, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.